Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me.
Hey everyone, as you know, today is TBB Thursday, my second episode. Okay, so today I'm going to have a co-host, which is going to be my friend Cherelle. She's going to do the recap, and then we're going to go in and talk about the 90s children, and then today's generation, the up-and-coming generation. And then after that, we're going to talk about social media.
Hi, you guys. I'm Cherelle, Isabel's co-host for today's TBB Thursday. Today, I'll be recapping what was spoken about last week in episode 1, which talked about relationships and what was the core values of relationships. Two of the main things that were spoken about was communication between any relationship, if it's a friendship, a couple, girl, boy, girl, girl, boy, or also talking about how it's important to have goals for yourself, for the other person, and for your relationship. Also, understanding is important. Understanding each other, understanding yourself when you're going through the whole process of being in a relationship, and understanding that it's not only 150, but it's 100 both ways.
Ready or not, here we come with today's TBB Thursday. We actually practiced this, so yeah. Okay, so hey everyone, I'm Isabella.
I'm Cherelle.
And today we're doing TBB Thursday. Hashtag TBB.
I think they know Isabella.
Alright, just in case they didn't watch last week's episode. So, today we're going to talk about social media. And we're going to talk about the 90s babies versus the upcoming generation.
So when you say upcoming generation, you mean like the 20s, like now, like
the 2000s?
Yeah, you know what I meant.
But yeah, we're gonna do that, and also we're gonna do when to put yourself before others and when not to. So thanks to Donovan for that topic, and also thanks to Ruby for giving us the social media topic. So okay, so we're gonna start. The first thing we're gonna do is talk about the early 90s versus the 2000s.
Yeah, I think one thing that we could start off is like TV shows.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, so no, for real. So first thing I had was that back when I was younger, well, when both of us were younger, I was born in 95. And
I was born in 96.
Of course. So we had the Spice Girls back then, and I remember the Spice Girls.
You know who I also remember? I remember Backstreet Boys.
Oh my God, Kevin was my boo.
And I remember the other day, like, I can't remember NSYNC.
NSYNC. So we had Justin Timberlake first, just to clarify that. Okay. Also, Shaggy was considered rap back then.
You know, that's actually kind of confusing because he's parody. To me, he's kind of like dance off, but I don't know. Everybody has their reasons.
Oh, also we had Lauryn Hill, which is why I used that song from earlier, Ready or Not.
Thanks for coming back out, girl.
Also, we had Britney Spears.
Yeah, until she lost it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Britney.
Yeah.
Had to do it. Love you, though.
Another thing. So, today's generation, the 2000s.
I'm sorry for the way I'm conducting myself because I watched Disney Channel. I remember when I was younger, Proud Family, Kim Possible. I remember what was it called? Bear in the Big Blue House, and at the end of the song,
Zack and Cody was my show.
I know, and like trying to like sing
That's
a song.
So Raven, they showed that marathon for That's So Raven. I love that show.
You were up for that. I knew that.
Yes,
before.
And even the special times when like I was in like middle school, elementary school, ever at 8 p.m. Disney Channel always had an original movie. Now I don't know what they got. Like my nieces and nephew watched Hubba Bubba or
There's
I don't
like this
know.
new Princess Sophia, something like that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And let's talk about clothing. When I was a baby, like I had some baby clothing whatever. Today's generation, they're wearing designer names like
Polo.
Gap.
I think I saw somebody like having their child in like Coach or something.
Oh my
know.
God. They had a little child walking in Chanel's fashion show.
Really?
Like, are you serious? That child had lipstick on too.
I wish I could. I mean, I remember when I was younger, my parents wouldn't allow me to wear nail polish. But I don't know.
Yeah. Even, oh my God. And also to add on, today's generation, they're young and they have cell phones.
Yeah, about that. I question that. I mean, I have my little cousin. She's like, how old is she now? She's like 10, and she's texting me, but minding me, she's 10 now, but she's had a phone for about 3 to 4 years now.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and to add on, she has an iPhone.
And I don't even have an iPhone.
I remember my phone was that cheap paid phone, minutes.
I had a Sprint Nokia, and I just flipped it, and then sometimes I had the straight one, and it was just like crazy. Like,
you know, like when you had to press double.
Oh my God, yes. And I had a sidekick when I was in middle school. Like, you know them sidekicks. You couldn't even take selfies with those sidekicks. You had to turn the camera and face it to you and to take a picture. Like
the razor.
Yeah,
I remember when that came out.
It. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to social media. Cherelle, are you serious?
What?
Like, you're on your phone while we're talking about social media.
Sorry, was checking my Instagram.
All right. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Don't worry. I usually don't do this. That was actually an example. So, yeah.
So, social media shouldn't be the only way for you to communicate with people.
Yeah, I've had instances when we were, like, sitting in a group of people, and they just, like, randomly, like, pick up their phone, like what I was doing. I mean, I could understand if you're sending a text to, like, your mother, because I know my mother. She always wants to know what I'm doing. And just, you know.
My mom, too.
My fam, since I'm so far away from home. But, I mean, to be there, like, every single minute on the phone, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, what's the point of hanging out with your friends? You spend most of your time looking at a screen than communicating with people that are right in front of you.
True that.
Okay, so also, texting shouldn't be your only way of communicating. Like, if you're in... Okay, I'm going to go back to the relationship part with her. But, yeah, breaking up with people over a text message is just...
When did that even happen? If you can answer that question, somebody please comment and just tell me the answer, because I've wondered.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that. And if you have to text someone and be like, oh, yeah, like, I understand if you're if you're at a meeting or something like that, you need to send a message real quick. But it shouldn't be like you're sitting there talking to someone and you're like, oh, my God, laughing at a conversation you're having on your screen than the conversation you have with the person, like, right next to you.
It's kind of like now, like, with the iPhone or, like, the Max, you can FaceTime. I mean, I'm here at college. I don't have anybody really else from where I'm from here. I mean, I FaceTime my family. I FaceTime my friends at other colleges. Also, what's wrong with having a phone call? Like, exactly. I know, like, I remember when I was in high school, I used to have phone calls late at night, choking as ever, like, face-to-face. It seems like the younger generation does not understand nor has had the qualities of doing so.
Okay, but also another connection is that the 90s babies and today's upcoming generation, we have in common with social usage. Like, for real, like, everyone's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and everything.
Snapchat.
And you know what? Actually, Instagram is gaining more money because people don't like having conversations. You rather look at a picture and look at a caption that's smaller. Like, notice, if you have a picture up there and you have, like, a long paragraph or something like that, most of the times, people will not read that paragraph. They'll just look at the picture and just keep it moving.
Oh, wait. Quick question.
Yeah.
Isn't that something like what you told me last week about you posting on Instagram?
And yeah, oh my God. So finding out about people's I also found out about people's relationship through like Instagram and everything. Like, once they broke up, all the pictures were deleted. Like, once they stopped talking to that person, all the pictures were deleted.
Which one is worse?
What?
Facebook. I get tired of seeing, oh, so-and-so is in a relationship with so-and-so.
You know they get notifications now. Like, I was at school, like, oh, you know, JB got just married. I'm like, what? Like, why do I care?
I don't care. And then you know what's the other thing that annoys me? I remember like when Twitter came out. I know I didn't have Twitter, but I mean, I had friends that are telling me, oh, everybody's tweeting about every single thing they do. Oh, I'm eating this. Oh, I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm here like, that's a waste of my time. I'm not even getting Twitter.
And you know what? You also need to think before you tweet. Like, you better think 2 times or 3 times, whatever, because you don't want to look stupid, because you never know who's watching while you're posting stuff on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Like, jobs, they can do a background research on what social media you have. If you're talking about your job on social media and anything, you can get fired by that.
There's actually something that happened a few months ago about a teacher talking about a student online and she got laid off.
Yeah.
Let's see if she's going to get a job again.
So now we're going to talk about, like, some things need to be kept private.
Yep.
Everything you can't be posting.
Not everything under the sun, under the moon, under the stars. Yeah.
I think it's under the sun because, you know, like, the sun is, like, the
Whatever.
biggest star.
Stop squashing my dreams.
But, yeah. So, like, if you feel some type of way about something somebody else did to you, you need to learn how to communicate with that person face to face.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying go, like, it's not really bad confrontation, but make it in a benefit that you're, like, you're going to change from that.
Yeah. Before you act, think before you talk. It's the same thing when it comes to social media.
So think before you post.
Then you can write a poem. I mean, that's what I do.
I know. We're both poets over here. So, also, social media causes extra drama you don't need in your life. There are positives to social media, but I'm going to finish up on the negatives. Did you not realize that today's generation, well, the teenagers, we're really sleep deprived? And you wonder why you don't get enough sleep. Because you're on your screen looking at who said what and who said this and who's sending a text message.
I actually noticed, like, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I check my phone. But
that's a bad thing.
I know, right?
Like, people, honestly, like, people really go crazy if they were, like, sleeping and then in the middle of the night they couldn't find their phone. They were like, oh my god. Like, I saw a meme like that with the cat, which is, like, looking for its food and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, one of the positives that I can think of is, say, I've had some instances when some of my really close friends left home back in the Caribbean and moved up to the continental USA. I mean, before I got a Facebook, it was really emailing, and then everybody was like, Cherelle, come on, you need to get with the time. Like, you need a Facebook. So I got one, and I can see how that's easier with instant messaging and seeing, like, the pictures on Instagram.
A positive to social media is you can get in contact with people that are far away, as Cherelle stated earlier. Also, you can post your best selfies on there, like your best selfies, like get all them likes you want to and everything. People can see that you're doing good. Like, you gotta throw positives in there. You can't be negative all the time on social media. Also, another thing that I think is positive is that if you're not on your social media, you're gonna relax to yourself. Like, more time to sleep be used as advertisement. Like, you guys would have known that I was doing an episode if I didn't post it on my social media.
Yep.
Because, you know, I would have texted everyone's phone, but I don't have everyone in the world's number.
No.
I'm not Yellow
And
Pages.
I mean, like, for social media, it gets out to a larger group of people than the people that we only know.
Yeah, sure. Yep. So next we're going to go on to talking about when to put yourself before others and when you should not do that. Right? When you put yourself first, you got to realize, like, your health depends on it. You can't just be always busy and worrying about filling things that other people need to be done. Like, you got to think about what do you need to do for yourself. Like, you can take a massage by yourself. That's not bad. You can do that.
Or say, like, you live close to the beach. Go to the beach by yourself.
You can
listen
take a
to the
walk.
ocean and just chill.
I wish I could do that. But,
sorry.
Yeah. Also, like, when you put yourself first, like, your romantic relationship will, like, be better.
Yeah, I mean, in any relationship, putting yourself first, you're thinking about yourself as in what I need, what I want, what that person needs, also what they want. But then it's kind of like you guys are getting onto an equal ground.
Yeah.
And then you understand yourself even more. That say you get into an argument. I know I've had friends that I've gotten into arguments with. I've had to learn that I need to separate myself first, because I'm just that type of person. Separate myself, think over the situation, make sure I'm not going crazy, and then go back and talk to them and try to be as calm and collective as possible.
You have to make
losing a good friend.
Also, like, you have to make yourself a priority. Like, you can't just put yourself. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode. You learned about social media, when it's good, when it's bad. Also, you learned about when to put yourself first. Another thing you learned about was the 90s babies, woo, and versus today's upcoming generation from the 2000s. So next week I will talk about friendship, and I will talk about parents also. So I'll tie those two topics together. So I'll see you next week. And don't forget, TBB Thursday, hashtag TBB Thursday. If you want to add any topics, let me know. You can contact me on Instagram, Facebook.